Forward. All life constantly is you moving forward. Forward to the next thing, forward to the next place, forward to the next thought, forward. There's going to be roadblocks along that path and you're going to want to take a break. But you don't want to take too long of a break. Not because that's just how it goes. It's because it's what you notice when you take a break. People notice instantly when you take a break. And when people start to notice, they start to question. And what that brings into you is more blockage, more fear, more anxiety, more holding you back from moving forward. Of course, you can have the attitude of, I don't care what people are thinking, I don't care if anyone judges me, I'm going to go at my own pace and I'm going to achieve it in my own time. But in the back of your head, you are still feeling the resentfulness, the judgment, because it's you telling yourself that. Because people are telling you that, and you may think you're not caring or not listening to it, but it's just increasing the louder voice of you telling yourself what they're telling you. Move forward. Why'd you stop? Figure it out. You got this. Now, the difference between that voice and people around you questioning why the blockage, why aren't you seemingly moving forward with what you are doing, what's going on, you act different, that voice inside of you can turn more positive than the people around you. And it's all up to you to decide that, because that is the truth. Not everyone is going to be positive around you. Most likely, majority of people are going to be mutual, not really say much, just question and move on. And in most cases, negative. There's going to be very few people that are going to be positive around you. The ones that care the most about you are really the ones going to be more positive around you and move out of that stuck feeling you are feeling for moving forward. You really do need to get in your head and convince yourself, by yourself, to keep moving forward with positivity and just sinking so high above yourself that it's literally your hand pulling your other hand out of a trench, and you're pulling yourself out of that trench, and your other self is putting its hand over your shoulder and helping you move forward, and then giving you a nice shove forward to kickstart it. And as you're moving more forward, your inner self is almost walking circles around you, telling you to keep aware, keep on what's going on, keep on to the next move, keep seeing what's going on, keep moving forward, just keep moving forward. Stuff's gonna happen above over there, keep moving forward towards that. Don't stop now, get back up. If you need to take a breather to think about it, let's think about it together. But we're gonna keep moving forward. So there's a new series on Netflix, probably a lot of people have watched it, and it's that documentary about Kanye West in his earlier years. He started to become more up and famous, made his first albums, and I don't watch a lot of Netflix, but I am a Kanye fan. I love his music, I grew up with his music, and I was always kind of curious about his story, where the ego comes from, and how young of an age has that strived from. And after watching it, it just shows a beautiful demonstration of the law of averages. Now, the law of averages can basically be summed up in an example of, say there's a salesman and he goes to an apartment complex and there's 50 different apartments and he's trying to sell something. So he goes through about 45 of those apartment buildings and he's not getting anything. No one wants to buy what he's selling. He just keeps moving on to the next and moving on to the next. Same sales pitch, different ways in the conversation to entice the next person. Until he comes about the last or so doors and he makes a sale on most of all of them. And then he comes to the last door and he makes a sale, but he sells almost 30 of them. It's the law of averages. Eventually, you just keep moving forward with what is inside of your head, that outcome you want. You keep pushing towards it and keep ignoring the opposite outcome until you find that outcome that you want. It will happen. The averages average out. Now, with this Kanye documentary, Jeen Yuhs displayed such a beautiful demonstration of it, because from the first episode to the second, you see him as he's still in Chicago and he makes his move to New York, but just the way his demeanor is, and you see flashbacks of him as a kid as he was already creating raps, and he started out as a producer, a very talented producer, and he's trying to make it into the rap world, but he's not taken serious because producer, rapper didn't really click as much, but he had his gumption. And he just kept pushing towards that gumption and kept believing that he had something and it will work out. And he just needs to make sure that he keeps moving forward with it. And then everyone else will fall behind and see what he's talking about and believe him. Flip the switch in their head. And he didn't stop. He didn't take any breaks. He did not take any breaks. If you really look at that documentary, he's almost moving a lot more faster than the society around him to achieve what he wants. It's amazing how he just keeps moving on with different stuff and different avenues. Like he's running circles around the world almost, it seemed like. And that sounds very cliche and stupid, but that's really what I saw. Obviously, people are going to look at that like, well, he's got a big ego and he's got bipolar disorder, so it makes him think. No, it's just the way he is. And it's a beautiful mindset to have. That's how you get stuff done, honestly. And I really think anyone who needs motivation to see that, to help them move forward, should watch that. Just really pay attention to that aspect of him not giving up. Click something in your head and just try implementing that type of feeling, that type of motion inside of your life. Not giving up, not stopping. Keep looking for different routes. Keep taking negatives as challenges, as questions, as what can I learn from this to move me to the next step? What is the next step that's going to come about because of this outcome that is going to move me forward? You just become an unstoppable force. That's how you kind of seen Kanye in that documentary. Is he just almost seemed like an unstoppable force. The man had to get signed to a label. He finally got signed to Rockefeller Studios, but he couldn't get his record going, so he had to go to literal celebrities' houses and meet up with different celebrities. And all through that, he broke his jaw. Kanye West breaking his jaw. You know he had the thought that it's over. But then again, he didn't have the thought of that. He healed pretty quickly from it. It almost didn't seem like it didn't even happen. And I know you see those conspiracies online that it didn't happen. No, it did happen. But what kept him going is this gumption to move forward, to not give up. No setbacks. He knows what the outcome's going to be, and he ain't gonna stop at it. And with you moving forward, it helps everyone else around you. You're acting as that unstoppable force that nothing is gonna bring you down. Everything is gonna keep moving you forward. People are obviously gonna question you as you're doing it. They're gonna feel a little jealousy. Some may try to sabotage it, but you cannot let that deflect you. Keep moving forward. Because as you keep moving forward, it builds up. You're noticed more successes come, people earn more respect for you, then they get inspired by you, for them to move forward themselves. It happens every time, because people aren't inspired by people they put down. No, they feel a little bit of happiness because they put someone down because it makes them feel better about themselves. But that doesn't do anything. It just puts that person down, and it fleets dopamine into that person giving the criticism for a split second, but it doesn't change anything in their life. It just gives them a good feeling for like 5 minutes, and they move on to the next person they're going to criticize. But then witnessing someone moving forward, as they're not moving forward themselves, they feel resentfulness, they try to resist it, but then they hop along the same path as that person does as well, because they're noticing it. They're like, well, hey, it's working out for him. He seems very happy. I gotta give it a shot, because I ain't got shit going on. Guys, I'm offering free coaching sessions. 30 minutes, email, text. I even have a Discord that you can follow, and we can do video chats. I want to help, and I know I can help, so give me a chance, because I'm moving forward, and I'd like you to join me.